Hello and welcome to the tutorial about the inventions from the Middle Ages. As we have seen in class, and by now you should know, there were three periods in the Middle Ages: the Copper Age, the Bronze Age and the Iron Age. We also saw that during this time different megalithic monuments were built. These are large stone monuments that had different purposes, from being tombs to being types of calendars or some sort of observatory or for some sort of religious significance. And the final thing that we need to learn about the Middle Ages are the main inventions from that time. So apart from metal being discovered and used for new things, there were three other things that were created at this time. The first one we're going to look at is this, number one. Hopefully you can see what it is. It's this part, and this part is called a sail. It's the piece of material attached to a boat that when the wind hits it, it causes the boat to move. Okay, now what I need you to think about is why this is an important invention. Why? What are the benefits? What are the advantages to this being developed? Well, think about before the sail was invented. They had boats, so imagine this boat here, but without the sail. Now, if they wanted to move it, they would need lots and lots of men, usually men because they were stronger and the women were in charge of looking after children, and lots of oars. These sticks that they use to move the water are called oars to move the boat. And obviously, this means you use a lot of energy, you need a lot of men, especially if you want to carry heavier things. So with the invention of the sail, men with oars were no longer needed, and the boat could move faster, over longer distances, and carry heavier things. So faster, it moved over longer distances, and it could carry heavier things. Longer distances, heavier things. Okay, so a lot of advantages are related to the invention of the sail. The next invention that we're going to look at is this. Perhaps you know what it's called because you've already been studying. If not, it's a plough. This is the British English spelling, which is a bit more complicated, and this is the American English spelling, which is more, is easier. And the plough was used in farming, okay? It's an agricultural tool. Nowadays we still have ploughs, but they look more like tractors. The use is to prepare the ground to plant seeds. Okay, you attach the plough to an animal, the animal walks, it drags the plough behind it, and this part here drags through the soil, leaving a kind of a long vertical line, and then you can place the seeds inside. So prepare the ground for planting. Now, what are the advantages of using a plough? Well, number one, hopefully you can guess, it's faster. You need less men to do it. Less people are needed to prepare the ground. And therefore, it's more efficient. If it's faster and less people are needed, it's more efficient. And here's the third invention. It's a wheel. Okay, I've shown two different pictures. One is a clay wheel. This is made of clay. It's a common material used in Mesopotamia, which we will be looking at next week, because it was easily found there. And this one is a wooden wheel from Sumer. Sumer is a place in Mesopotamia. And they got the idea of the wheel from the potter's wheel. So when they were making pottery and ceramics, they created this wheel to help them shape the ceramics, and then they realized that if they put it on its side, it rolls, and therefore could be used to transport things. So what are the advantages of using the wheel? They're quite similar to the sail. Obviously, you can move things and people faster, because if you have a wheel on a cart and you have some animals, it can go faster than carrying everything by hand, or by having to use many horses to move things. So imagine you have 20 bags of grain to transport, and you don't have a cart with wheels, you have to use many different horses to carry these things, or many different men. But if you have a cart with wheels and a horse, you can carry all 20 in one go. So you move things and people faster, and you can also carry heavier things, just like in the boat, and therefore you can also travel longer distances. So this meant that people explored more places. So let's think about the consequences of having discovered these inventions. As we've already said, some of the advantages and benefits, mostly things can be done faster, you can carry your heavier things over longer distances, but let's take these benefits to the next step. Let's think about the plough. Now, if less people, as we said, are needed to be working in the fields, what happens to these people? Okay, they no longer have to be in the fields working, therefore, what are they going to do? They have more free time. And with this free time, they start to think. And when they're thinking, they start to come up with ideas of different things that they can do. And these different things that they do are other jobs, such as being artisans that make jewellery or clothes, or being merchants who buy and sell things. And this is why people start having other jobs, and why nowadays in society not everybody is a farmer who has to look after animals and grow food in order for us to survive. Another consequence of these inventions, the fact that they, with the wheel and the sail, they're able to travel longer distances faster, opens them up to exploring. Okay, they find new places, or they start communicating with other places and towns. They start trading with these places. Trading is the exchange of goods. So if I have a cow but I want chickens, you say, how many? I'll give you one cow and you give me 20 chickens. That's trade. Okay, so the inventions, apart from being very convenient, had other consequences and advantages for society. Well, thank you for listening. I hope this has been helpful.